by its fruits. Since few days, I had been reflecting on Mary Ward as a woman of prayer. And as I reflected, I was reminded of the poem Abu Ben Ardem, written by renowned poet Henry Lee Hunt. The gist of the poem was that Abu Bakr Adam was woken up from the sleep by the presence of an angel in his room, who was writing in a golden book the names of the people who loved God. When Adam asked if his name was on this list, "It isn't," replied the angel. Ben Adam implored the angel to record as one that loves his fellow men. The next night, the angel returned holding a new list of people blessed by God, in which Ben Adam's name was at the top. This simple poem always intrigued me as to what made him bold enough to question the angel as to what it was writing. Then I realized that he was fearless because he was at peace with himself, at peace with his neighbor, and at peace with the nature. Like Abu Ben Adam in the poem, Mary Ward was fearless, bold, and courageous because she was at peace with herself, at peace with God, taking everything as if coming from the hands of God, at peace with her neighbors, sensing the presence of the divine even in her enemies, and finally being at peace with the nature. As she grew up in its love, Ben Adam finds a place in the book of life, not because he spent a verse in prayer, but because his love for God was reflected in his love for his fellow human beings. Similarly, Mary Ward is acknowledged, admired, and that her charism lives even after 400 years of her life. Not because she spent long hours in prayer, but because she lived her prayer by referring all to God. Her humble submission to church, her empathy for the poor, her sensing the need of the hour, whereby she ventured to educate the girls, and her endurance in suffering joyfully, her physical illness, imprisonment, criticism from all corners, suppression of her institute, and the pain of being labeled as a heretic are all examples of her inner stamina gathered through her life of prayer. For Mary Ward, prayer was a ubiquitous experience whereby it was present in every aspect of her life and mission. Spirituality, as lived by Mary Ward, is an invitation to live what one prays, to be contemplative in action. She knew it is easy to be a praying woman or praying religious, but it needs constant effort or sacrifice to be a woman of prayer. For prayer was an inward journey to know and understand who she actually was, what the purpose of her life was, what she is capable of, which enabled her to be at peace with herself and others, thereby to live a life with freedom, justice, and sincerity. Mary Ward inspired us to be women of prayer, to have a spiritual intelligence, to understand ourselves and translate our prayers into action. Thank you.